Hi guys, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot, or welcome if you're new. I hope you consider joining. We're not going to do a reading today. I actually wanted to talk about crystals. It's something that I'm passionate about. So I wanted to go ahead and share some of my experiences and something that hopefully will help you out. I know that a lot of people are interested in finding love, and I've been into crystals for quite a while, and I know it's something that more people are starting to get into. But just like I'm sure when I started, you don't really know where to start. You kind of know like what you want, but you don't really kind of have an idea. So the first piece of advice is just to go into a shop and see what calls to you, see what direction you're pulled to, and go in that direction. Sorry for my neighbor's dog, they're super annoying. So go in and see what calls to you and go in that direction, and then go further and see what calls to you further, and then it's like you'll see what gets pulled to you. In addition to that, there are other crystals that have specific representation and meanings and things behind them. So depending on what it is that your intention is, some of these crystals might help you out. So I wanted to go ahead and share some of my crystals and some things that you can use them for, and what their uses are, and what you can hopefully use them for. Let's get started. So today what we're going to be talking about is love. We're going to first cover self-love, and then we'll move into the actual love element of it, because I feel like, in my personal opinion and my experience, you receive better love when you love yourself first. It's more authentic, it's more genuine, it's just better. And when you love yourself, there's nothing else that can knock you off your horse, so to speak. So it's always best to love yourself always first, before anything else, before any other relationship. So what I did when I was going through my journey, there are some crystals that you can use to help you with that. I'm going to show you a couple of different ones that I have and the uses behind them. First, any negative experiences that you have, you want to clear that out. It's like cleaning a house, right? You get a house, you want it to be clean and everything before you put in your new furniture that you've been planning and preparing for and saving up for and all that. So we want to clear out our negative energy. A good crystal to be able to do that is actually, you can use a smoky quartz. My personal preference is when they have rainbows in them. The rainbows represent additional things, which is my personal preference. Like, I don't like to just get a crystal to get a crystal. I like to have some, like, I like to understand it. I like to, like, the formation, the different formations and everything are different. I don't know if I could get the rainbow to show. But anyways, so you can use smoky quartz, and then also like the formation's also important. So a skull represents like death, right? It's when we pass on, this is what gets left. And in life, it's it houses our intelligence, it houses our third eye. It's like, it's, in my opinion, one of the most important bones on your body. And so if you kind of like use that manifestation or that focus of like, I'm gonna kind of use this crystal to help me to clear out my negative energy, smoky quartz is a very good protector. It also helps to absorb negative energies and clear those out, and put positive energy in its place. And with the added impact of a rainbow in there, it increases that positive energy that's coming towards you. And this is my personal opinion. Some people think, oh, like some crystals, like you could put bad energy or whatever. I think these are things that took millions of years to grow. The amount of pressure, the minerals and things that it went into making this, I believe that this is something that Spirit made and gave to us to kind of like, it's a tool in our toolbox. So in my opinion, I don't believe that they have the ability to really house negative energy, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's different. So you could like use a smoky quartz, you could use a skull if you'd like. Another crystal that you can use to kind of like increase your energy is sunstone. Sunstone, you could get it in the raw forms. You can get it tumbled, you could get towers, you could get it how there's different shapes of them. And basically this isn't going to be as easy to see. The raw pieces, they're not as easy to see the little sparks of light that they have. Unless like in person you can see it, but it doesn't look like it's picking it up on the camera, and you can see it a lot better in actual light. Like if I was to be able to have like a light on this, you might be able to see it a little bit better, but it's not really picking it up. So and it doesn't matter if you use raw or tumbled, it's just your personal preference. But what I was saying, let's see if I can get a piece to pick it up. So they'll be like these, sorry guys. I don't know, but get a piece. It's basically, did I get it? You like focus in here. It's like it's basically like these little parts right here. It's the sun, is the representation of the sun. And so moonstone is supposed to like help increase your energy. It's supposed to like see, I don't know, like I keep seeing it, but I don't know if the camera is picking it up. So sunstone is a good one to like just increase your energy, make you feel more upbeat, make you feel more inspired and creative and happy. All right. Okay. So a lot of people don't necessarily know about pink, or what the fuck? Sorry, about green amethyst, but this is green amethyst, and it's called Prasiolite. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's green amethyst. And this is like a rough piece, or not a rough piece, it's like a raw piece. So you could get them in like different kinds of forms. It's not super common, but I don't think it's super difficult to get a hold of necessarily. It's green amethyst. And this is good. It helps increase self-respect and overall well-being. Okay, let's put this one over there. And then sometimes, let's see, I want to go back to the smoky quartz. The smoky quartz, it's your personal preference as everything else. You can get like a really, really dark piece, or you can get it like a more translucent piece. It's just your preference, whatever it is for you. You can get the ones that shaped, you can get the points, whatever your preference is. Okay, so Okay, another one is fluorite. I should have brought another couple pieces over here. I don't want to mess up the video too much, so oh wait, I'll make more videos, guys. I have bunches of crystals, and it's something I found helpful when I was going through my journey. So and this isn't things that were necessarily shared with me, it's things that I've experienced or like sought the information out. So I just wanted to share it. Hopefully you find it helpful. But I'm going to make some more videos, so I'll be sure to include like the different colors, because fluorite, I have green here because for me personally, that's what was helpful for me to heal my heart chakra, to kind of like, and that's like the biggest thing, like your heart chakra, your higher heart and your heart chakra is to be able to like clear out any blockage, clear out any resistance, any negative energy, so that you can allow things to come in, healthy, happy things. Allow things that are different than what you're used to and what you would expect. Okay, so fluorite. You can get like the pieces that are like this, where they're like they're kind of like milky, I would say. It's still translucent. It's still very pretty. A lot of times you can still see the rainbows and stuff in here, but also it's not the same quality as something like this would be. So it's all your personal preference. Sorry. This piece particularly, as you can see, it has rainbows and it also has blue at the tip of it. Fluorite has blue, yellow, green, purple. I think it's like a pinkish version somewhat. Sorry, guys. So this one particularly, so blue helps you to communicate and receive, like, process information. Green is good for, like, your heart chakra and things like that. So the combination of these two helps you. For me, I was like, if you're using it for the colors, you can use it for, like, I'm going to be able to, like, communicate and, like, receive information, like, give myself, like, have an open mind to be able to receive that truthful communication from my spirit to help me heal my heart of things that I might not necessarily want to see in other moments. So make sure, like, it kind of make sure you're willing to, or it's something you're able to handle it at that moment. I don't feel like it's a very, like, I feel like it is a gentle crystal. I don't feel like it's overpowering like some other ones we're going to talk about. But I feel like it is gentle, but it will still, if you ask the question, you will get the answer if you're open to it. So fluorite. And again, there are different colors. I'm going to, as you can see in this one, there's a little bit of blue in here. So I will be making other videos as well. I just wanted to cover, like, love topic, so that's why I included the green ones particularly today. Okay, another thing is I want to talk about citrine first. Citrine is awesome. It does multiple different things. You can use it for manifestation. You can use it for cleaning out your negative energy. You can help to clean out other crystals. It's a great crystal. However, there is a difference between natural citrine and heated amethyst. These are both amethysts. This one's technically right now citrine. But it was at one point the amethyst. As you can see, they look very similar. Their shapes are they're the same. And all that was different was this one was heated to a higher temperature, which changed the color of it. So the properties of it have changed so that it now is citrine, but it originally started as amethyst. So I do have both, but I personally prefer the natural, but it is a lot harder to find. But if you can't find the natural, then definitely, like, citrine is citrine. It'll do what you want it to do. It's just your personal preference, as is everything else. Okay. So, they do actually also grow together. Citrine, you can find citrine and amethyst together. It's actually called ametrine. I actually have a wand that has that is amethyst, but it does have citrine at the top, and it has rainbows, as you can see. So this crystal, it would be good to be able to, like, amethyst it's a good, like, soul protector. It protects you against spiritual and psychic attacks. Citrine increases your energy. It's like basically the energy of the sun as well as the sunstone. It's just it's a lot more like it'd be more like sunstone is like a sun ray, whereas citrine is the actual, like, sun piece of the sun, kind of. So something like this you can use to, like, you can use it for multiple different things. I use it for multiple different things. It just, something like this, you can help to clear out negative energy, to heal like spiritual hurts that you might have. So that's what that looks like. And then this is just another piece, but it's a piece that was originally amethyst. It's not original citrine. But it's still very pretty. Like I said, citrine is citrine. It will do the job. The elements and the properties are still the same. It has been heated up so that it has that property in it. It's just not natural. It's basically like you went and got a boob job. It's like you still got boobs. They're just not natural. But you still got boobs. You're still getting looks and stuff, right? So anyway, natural citrine. Natural citrine, the reason why it is yellow is because it actually has iron. As you can see, like that's actual pieces of iron on there. Hold on. Sorry guys, I got too excited. I'm like, pick them all up. As you can see, it like all the way through it, all the way down even to the tip. Like the whole thing is yellow, not just the tip of it. This is natural citrine. This particular piece right here, you can use it as an abundance stone. As you can see, the formation, and like that's how come I say like I'm gonna be making some videos, because it's not just about the crystal, it's also about the formation. This formation right here, I think it's called the prosperity formation. I had to, it's been a while. It's either called the prosperity or the abundance formation. I don't remember exactly. I'll look that up when I'm going to be doing a video about it. But basically like something like this, just because it's citrine, you can use it to clear out those negative energies, bring joy to you. These also usually have rainbows. This one does have rainbows. I don't think the camera's able to pick it up. And then also like the different crystals, like being able to look at them at a different angle and things like that. So just see what calls out to you. There'll be different things. I have multiple different things. I like them, but you might like one particular. It's your personal preference. Just know that there are things available to you, and the size doesn't matter. Like this one also is a abundance or manifestation formation, and it's natural citrine as well, but it's a lot smaller. This is one of the cases where size doesn't matter. In my opinion, I don't think size matters when it comes to crystals. It doesn't matter if it's natural, tumbled, it doesn't matter. It's your intention of it, and like what is it that isn't like that crystal, the energy that it houses, the formation of it. It's basically like the formation is important in my opinion. It's like basically if you were to walk up to somebody on the street and say like, hey, can you help me sue somebody? They'll like, I'll try to help you figure it out. But if you walk up to a lawyer and like, hey, if I pay you, will you help me sue somebody? They're like, yeah, where are they at? Point them out. So it depends on like, what is it? I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. So we'll move along. So citrine can help bring in like that happy energy. It's like the reflector of the sun. And it doesn't have to be any type of formation at all. It can just be a natural or a natural piece of citrine or a piece of citrine. Citrine is citrine again, guys. And again, size doesn't matter. This particular piece right here is another piece of natural citrine. It has a lot of rainbows in it, but it also has, these are keys right here, where a previous crystal used to be. Basically like if you meditate with it and you hold your thumb, or like you hold that, you hold it and you meditate in that energy, it's called a key. It's supposed to open up different like doorways, gives you a different information. It helps you, well, you get your own experience from it. Everybody has a different experience, and the different crystal and the different keys is going to determine your experience and your openness and things like that. But anyways, let's keep it moving. It also has phantoms. So phantoms are like where it started to grow and then it stopped growing at one point in time. And what the purpose of that is, okay. My desk. And those are helpful to kind of like, for me, I use phantoms to kind of help me understand the fact that sometimes like we can be going in a direction and it just halts, it stops, and we don't understand why, we don't know why, but we go with the flow. We can't force anything. We have to do what we can and accept the things that we can't change. There's that thing. So citrine helped me to kind of like especially when citrine helps in multiple different areas. Like I said, it's a manifestation. It helps you to increase your energy. It's a prosperity stone. It's overall a good heavy hitter. So if you're new to crystals, in my opinion, citrine would be a good go-to. definitely one you want to have in your tool belt, regardless of if it's natural or not. I just personally like natural. Okay, so there's that. And if that is a hang up for you of like things didn't go the way that you expected necessarily, or you have issues, you can actually get phantom crystals as well. I don't know if it's going to pick up, but there's a point in there, and then it just stopped growing, and then it like continued again. There you go. You could see it better. So like something like this kind of helps us understand, like, we don't always know. We don't always have, like, it's just random. We do the best that we can with what we can. But in each moment, there's something to be learned in each phase. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, experience, whatever it is for you. Everybody's on their own path. So just know that if you like crystals like I do, there's a lot of different crystals that can help you out. I definitely like crystals. It's something that I found very healing and helpful when I was and am on my journey. So you might find that helpful as well. Okay, and I also want to show you really quick the difference between like an actual natural citrine and heat treated amethyst. So really, basically, all you're going to be able to tell is at the base majority of the time. Let's see. And then this compared to the heat treated amethyst. As you can see in this one, the yellow runs completely through, and this one, it's mostly just at the top where it was heated. Okay, so that's the difference between them. All right, let's keep it moving. Also, I want to show you, this is a Herkimer diamond. I wasn't going to include it, but Spirit said to throw it in here right now, but not because it's a Herkimer, because it has a portal on it. Sometimes there's things that we don't understand in life, whether it's in our past, it's in our past. A lot of times we don't understand things. Portals I find to be helpful for like trying to understand where I'm at currently, where I've been at in the past, as well as things that I might kind of need to look or expect in a way. It's not going to tell me exactly everything, but like an energy level kind of gives me. So if you can find a crystal that has a portal, those are helpful. In my personal opinion. And again, it's all your personal preference, whatever it is that you intend to use it for, do with it, it's your personal preference. But just know, Spirit is amazing, and Spirit has left us a lot of beautiful tools to help us on our journey of self-healing, self-growth, and helping others as well. So, okay, sorry, I wasn't gonna put that in, but there we go. I do what Spirit says to do. Okay, so another piece that Spirit wants to talk about is the having a perspective on some things. Sometimes the perspective that we have is different than what we might review that situation to be years later. Or it's different than what the same person in the same exact situation might deal with. So there's this wonderful crystal called Optical calcite. I don't know if you can see. It's basically layered and layered and layered and layered of multiple different rainbows. The idea behind this is to see different perspectives. And again, it doesn't matter if it's rough or tumbled. It doesn't matter the size. It just matters what calls to you personally. Like, what is it that speaks to you and your soul? So there's that. This one's a little bit bigger and it's a little heavier. But you can definitely, I think I can see I hope you guys are seeing it like I am seeing it on the view I got right here. But the different layers that you have in there, it kind of like if you meditate with it and focus on your situation, it gives you different perspectives, helps you to see things differently and look at it from different angles. So optical calcite. Okay, so now let's get to love. Actually, just kidding, back up. Rainbow moonstone. This is in the feldspar family, one of my favorite families. It's Labradorite is actually one of my favorite crystals, and this is like a cousin of Labradorite. Again, it doesn't matter if it's polished or raw, but rainbow moonstone, it helps clear out negative energy. It helps increase your vibration. It helps motivate you and inspire you and encourage you. It does a lot of, for me, like you could find pieces that have like little rainbows in them as well. Like I love rainbows. Like it inspires me. It gives me like additional joy. And then let's go. So then there's like peridot with some garnet. I made this by myself because I just like those two elements. So peridot brings good health, peace of relationships by balancing the emotions, and inspires creativity. Garnet purifies and balances energies. It brings passion or helps you to calm down depending on what's necessary at the moment. It helps with your inspiration, with your passion. It helps with self-love, balancing your emotions. So this little jar right here, and some of the garnet you can see right there, it's fucking beautiful. It just helps me to kind of like realize, not realize, like this bottle I made and I kept it with me to focus on self-love. The peridot helps to absorb those negative energies and pull out that, like when I'm really feeling like shit and just like feeling like, damn, like just not worth it, you know, like you're not good enough, like it's not good. So I made this little bottle to like help pull those energies out, and it worked. Every time I was feeling like shit, I would grab my little bottle and I would look at my crystals, and I would just kind of like meditate for a second, and then that energy would kind of dissipate, and it got better and better. So and now I feel really fucking good. I like crystals. But it's also about self-love. Like it's also like being responsible for your thoughts and your emotions in the moment, so that you do have good feelings. Here's another garnet, just garnet. Okay. Another one, like I was saying, my personal preference is Labradorite. Labradorite is creative. It's very protective. It's inspiring. It's a spiritual crystal. It helps you to kind of, for me, it helped really connect with my spirituality, really, and be okay doing so. When I first started, it wasn't something that everybody was necessarily on board with. It wasn't all warm and fuzzy and accepting as they are now. Well, they're getting better. People are getting better, but for me, it was something that was hard to accept about myself. And I felt like the more that I started to accept it, the happier I became. And Labradorite was one of my favorite crystals by far. If I was sad, I'd grab me a piece of Labradorite and I would just look at it, the different colors, and you could get people, you can get pieces that have pink. It's not as common, but it's there's like yellows and golds and blues and greens. It's beautiful, and it kind of makes me think of the Northern Lights a little bit. It's just very inspiring. It's a very protective stone, emotionally, like protective. It will protect your aura. It shows your aura and it cleans out your aura. It'll pull out those negative energies for you. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a raw piece. You can have raw pieces. You can have this one. I kind of semi-tumbled it myself, so it's not officially raw, but it's not officially tumbled either. This piece is actually a raw piece. So there's multiple different crystals to do multiple things that you might be wanting them to do. So, and again, it doesn't matter if they're polished or tumbled or semi-tumbled. Again, this is like another piece that I did. It was a it was a rough piece, and I tumbled it. My sister got me a tumbler, but I didn't have the patience to wait all those days. So I ended up just taking out early, and then I soaked it in, what is it, olive oil? I think it's olive oil or vegetable oil or something for a couple of days. And then it like left this little shine. It's pretty cool. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. Maybe we'll do like a video or something. But, so this is like a semi-raw, I don't know what you want to call it. But depending on the colors, the shapes, I have one that's like a little heart piece kind of. So here, I hope you guys can see it. Aw. And okay, so that's another thing about Labradorite. Sorry, I get excited like, ooh, look at this one. There we go. So as you can see, the purple and the pink at the bottom. So basically Labradorite, it's layered. That's how it gets all these different colors in there. It's layered. So that's another one about, kind of helps me to keep in mind that, that there's layers to things. It doesn't, like, I don't have to do all the heavy lifting in one day. It's okay that I do bit by bit. It's okay that I take my time, as it's okay for me, how I'm comfortable that day. And this is another crystal that helped me to kind of see that and recognize that. So, I love Labradorite, by far one of my favorites. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, we're going to go over the self-healers first. This is a clear quartz. Clear quartz, just clear quartz, regular clear quartz. Beautiful, right? Just regular clear quartz. But at some point, it was broken, and it didn't want to be broken no more. So it started to heal itself. And you can tell a self-healer because on the side where it was broken at one point, which would be right here, I don't know you guys can see it in the video, but you sometimes can pick up that faint little line of like where it was like broke off at. But then you'll see all of these, I don't know if the camera's getting it. You'll see all of these points going in the same direction. That's a self-healer. So this was where it actually started. This is the part it was supposed to be crystal and it's good. And I don't know if somebody got mad at it or it got mad. Whatever happened, it got broken. And it didn't want to stay broken anymore, so it healed itself. And it's just so inspiring and amazing to me. Like, I didn't even think that shit's possible. Like, like, weren't you done growing? How did that happen? It's just amazing to me. I love it. So you can always recognize a self-healer because on the base, the opposite end, wherever, not necessarily the opposite end, but wherever it was broken off at, it will start to make new crystals, and all of them will start to go in the same direction. All of the points will be heading in the same direction. That's how you know it's a self-healer. You can use a crystal like this to help you on your journey to self-healing. And again, size does not matter. This crystal is one that I had purchased. It's the first and only self-healer that I had ever seen out there. So I purchased it. And then I was in a crystal store a few years later, probably like three years later after that. And I actually found my own. So here's the normal part of it, normal crystal. And it had broken. And then you can see all of these little points are all, I don't know if the camera's picking it up right again. All of these points are all going in the same direction. It hasn't had as long to grow as this one has. So these points on this side aren't as big as these points are, but it is a self-healer nonetheless. And I was super excited personally because I found this. I didn't buy it. I went to a crystal store, got like looked at the different clear quartz and found a self-healer. So that made me feel very assured. It made me feel good. It made me feel like, because I don't feel like you can, I don't feel like things call to you or come to you unless you're of that energy. So it made me feel like I was doing well on my journey. So if you can ever find a self-healer, I always advise to pick them up. Me personally, I find them inspiring. But again, everybody has their own preference. Okay. The next one. This will be our last one, and then we're going to get into love, I promise. The next one I have is Azurite and Malachite. It's a toxic crystal. Do not put it in your mouth. Do not breathe it. If you touch it, go wash your hands. You want to keep it stored safely and in a good place. You can see some of it is crystallized, some of it isn't. Sorry, I'm like trying to make sure you can see it without me touching it. These green parts over here, all these green pieces, that's malachite. The blue pieces are azurite. It is a toxic crystal. It's very good for opening your intuition. It helps with communication. It helps the green I use for the heart chakra, but it is hard. It is a heavy hitter. It's something that. So today, in fact, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh my God, it's like a toxic crystal. And I was just thinking of how amazing it is that Spirit makes these things that are just like beautiful and amazing, and some of them are safe and some of them aren't. But they still have a purpose. And then like this particular crystal, I was looking at it today, and I was like, okay, like the thing behind it, like there's some crystals that are blue and they're soft and they're gentle, and there's some crystals that are blue and they're like very aggressive and they have powerful energy. And that's what I would equate this to. It's kind of like some people are mean and aggressive, and they don't take please leave me alone. They take a punch in the throat. So I equate this to the punch in the throat. Like, it's not going to say, hey, let's talk. It's going to grab you and shake you and tell you what's up. So it's one of my personal favorites. It's not one that I hear a lot about, but I feel like it's a good crystal to help you be real with yourself, to help you be real with other people, to help you speak your truth, be aware of your truth, and love yourself for your truth. Okay, so let's get into love. As all of you have heard, I'm sure, rose quartz is the crystal of love. There's rose quartz that are like a milky color, kind of. And then there's rose quartz that have like this beautiful like pink color. Again, a lot of my crystals are going to have rainbows. It's something that I'm drawn to, and it's drawn to me. So we just like each other and we hang out, and that's what we do. So a lot of my crystals that I have are going to have rainbows. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them come through. Again, it never matters if they're rough or polished. It's your personal preference. Okay. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about formations. Eggs represent new things to be created, right? So this is a higher quality of rose quartz. It also has rainbows in there, but it also has like the marbling, the little layering. And then it has the translucent areas. This one is by far one of my favorite crystals that I got. It was one of my first crystals that I was willing to spend a little shiny penny on. But I don't feel like the camera's picking it up the right, like it doesn't do justice. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So eggs represent something new, right? Something that we want to start, something that we want to birth, like when we get pregnant, or when we like want to plant a garden. It always starts from a seed or an egg. So you can use the formations again, not just the crystal itself, but also the formation with the crystal. That's going to be a heavy hitter for you instead of just one on its own. Okay, So instead of just an egg or just a rose quartz, use an egg rose quartz. It's going to be like a heavier hitter. Okay. So then you can get, this is my twin flame heart that I have. It's out of rose quartz. Again, hearts. It has rainbows throughout. So it's just all your preference, what it is that you're wanting. So you can get something that has hearts, you can get a rose quartz, you can get an egg, you can get whatever it is that represents what it is. You can get a flame, whatever it is that it represents of what it is that the goal that you're trying to do. And what it is it's your intention, right? Like if you want this passionate relationship, maybe you want to use a flame. If you want to start a brand new relationship where you guys are young and you have not necessarily young, but you want to start birthing or start a family, maybe you use the egg rose quartz. It's just your personal preference. If you're stressed out about your relationship, maybe you use a rose quartz palm stone. It's just your personal preference. And just know that the formation can and does play a role as well as the actual crystal itself. Okay. Is that for those? Yes. Okay. Actually, I wanted to go back. And I think I did talk about emerald. Emerald is another one for your heart chakra. You can also use it for like a love connection as well. I like this rough one because it has like the little element. It's like little flakes of I don't know if it's pyrite or what it is in there. But it's beautiful, and I like to look at it, and it's inspiring, and that's the objective. So look at something and be able to house that energy that you feel when you're setting your intention. So at any point when I look at this crystal, I should be able to remember my original intention that I originally set. But it doesn't mean that the intention of that crystal is not going to ever change. It's just like, what is it that you are intending for it at that moment? It's your intention, your personal preference. Okay. So, communication, like crystals, long crystals like this, those are good for communication. So if you want to like be able to communicate, like have somebody communicate with you, or communicate something, maybe use a rose quartz with a clear quartz of this formation. So it's just like, what is the objective that you're trying to accomplish? Okay. So then there's also formations. This one, it's kind of weird, but I'm going to bring it up. I was not going to mention it, but Spirit told me to. So this is not a common formation, right? Formations are not, it's not like, oh, you go to the store and you're picking out eggs. You're going to the store and basically looking for that 1 in a million lottery ticket or whatever it is for you. So this particular crystal, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. This is a crystal right here on this side, right here. This is a crystal. And then there's one that's trapped completely in the middle. And it's like divides. I don't know if it'll pick it up. It like divides those two crystals. So I use something like this. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I use something like this to prevent any like third-party things. Like I have this with the intention that it binds that and prevents that in my energy. More so than that, I expect that Spirit protects me in that area as well. I always expect that Spirit's protecting me and watching over me and has my best interests in mind at all times. But little things that we can do to help or to remind ourselves or encourage ourselves, I don't see anything wrong with that. So you can use crystals for the benefit of them, or you can use crystals to kind of prevent that energy as well. It's just your personal preference. Okay, so now we got a third party out of the way. My favorite formations are the twin souls. Those are actual crystals where it was two crystals and they joined together and they are no longer separated. It's one crystal. They're completely one. So they started as 2, and there's sometimes on one side of it you can see there's 2, but always with the twin soul, at least on one angle of it, you will be able to see that it is completely 1. That's how you can know a true twin soul crystal. Okay. And again, the shapes, it doesn't matter. This one, it's broke. I bought it like this. I didn't break it. I bought it like this, and it's kind of like shaped like a heart, kind of. And the cool thing is that it's also a twin soul. So this side, they're completely like 1, and then this side, they're separated. So they're 1. Even on the top, you can see they're 1, and then they're 2. So this particular one, because it's a heart shaped, and because it's a twin soul, I really enjoy like this particular crystal. And then you can also find them like, this is a point. This is a point that is 2 crystals. It's actually 2 crystals, but it's the actual twin soul as well. So you can use the different formations as well as the crystals themselves. And it doesn't matter the size. I have small twin souls as well. So you can use, it's just your personal preference. So they can be big or small or whatever it is, whatever your preference is. Okay, guys, so that has been the first crystal video on the Crystals Tarot. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it has been helpful and informative. I will definitely be doing some more videos, but I'm kind of like doing them in between the tarots and my normal life and my regular work and things like that. So let me know if you guys have liked it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been informative. If you want to know any more details about other crystals, or you want me to put some additional details or make some more videos about it, just leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and light.